Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So last week I did not one but two videos using the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. The first one I did a burgundy look and you guys were like, please do a green look. And then I did a green look and then more subscribers were like, please one more look with this palette. So I did go ahead and film one more look with this palette. I didn't want to do something super cliche to what I do, so I actually went ahead and got inspiration from my friend Risa Dexter, who is an amazing makeup artist. If you aren't following her already, make sure you go and check out her stuff. So if you would like to see the Metal Matte palette in action one more time and see how I recreated this Risa Dexter inspired look, keep on watching and I will teach you exactly how to do it. So to start off, I'm actually going to use the Kat Von D concealer in white as my eye base. I'm just going to do two little dots onto the eye like that and then just pat it in with my finger. This is kind of similar to what people do when they use the Milk Jumbo Pencil from NYX all over the eyes. It just is going to give those brighter colors more of a pop. I often use the Kat Von D concealer without any eye primer underneath as well, and because it does dry down matte, it is a really good eye base. And I don't want to set that completely, but I'm just going to go over with my powder brush that I use to set my foundation and just dust over it. For me personally, when I set my eye base, the colors don't stick to it as much, so it kind of defeats the purpose of me using an eye base. I'm a little unsure what direction I'm gonna go with. I know I definitely want to do these blue colors, and I'm definitely wanting to do a look inspired by Risa Dexter. So I'm gonna start off with that royal blue kind of color in the matte section, just with a small fluffy brush, and I'm gonna apply that onto the inner corner of the eye. This blue pigment is insane. I'm just going to take this Royal & Langnickel smudger brush and just kind of buff out the edges. This blue color is good. So rich. I kind of just like it like that. I'm going to go under the eye with the jet pigment, which is the black in the palette. And I'm just going to buff a little bit of that velour color underneath. Go back to a clean fluffy brush and just buff that as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab this color Ignite. I'm going to use that underneath on the inner corner. I'm going to grab that Nebula color with the same brush and just buff that into the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm just going to send a selfie to Risa and ask her what else I should add. I asked her if we could FaceTime for YouTube, but she said that she's watching Gilmore Girls, so sorry guys. So I'm just going to buff this color out a little bit more just so there's no lines. I'm just gonna FaceTime Risa anyways. Haha! I promise I won't put your face on YouTube. Where the hell do you want me to put gold? She's crazy.
On your upper lash line, dude.
Like
hold on,
here?
let me pause my Gilmore Girls. Right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
And up a little bit or just like low?
Just right there, and then I splatter shit all over the place.
So a little bit of gold and then I'm gonna splatter shit all over the place.
Why not?
You got it! You're crazy! Risa says put flash right here, so I'm doing it. I was just gonna keep this look all blue, but she's crazy. She knows her shit too. I get a little bit crazy, but she has absolutely no fear. So I'm just gonna go back in with that Nebula color and just deepen the inner crease just a little bit. I'm looking crazy. I'm gonna get just a little bit of tinsel on a soft fluffy brush. I love the glittery fleck in this, so I'm just gonna pop that on the inside of the eye. And I'm just probably gonna buff a little bit of that color right here just to blend those two colors. Grab a little more of that velour color. Deepen the crease even more. Just gonna grab a little bit of the black as well and deepen that just a tad more. Now I'm just gonna blend that kind of into the skin a little bit. Sometimes when I'm blending it into the skin and not another color, I like to just pick up my concealer brush as well and just buff over the edges of the blend. Just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of black eyeliner to the inner rim of the eye. I like to get right along the band of the lashes so that there's no gap in between the waterline and the skin. And then we're just gonna go back in with that detail brush that we're using, just make sure it's all buffed in. I'm going to try and do the tiniest little line just along the lash bed with the Kat Von D Trooper liner. I don't want the liner to be seen, I just want it to thicken up the lash band. I feel like Risa would tell me to add more of the gold pigment, so that's what we're doing. Now I'm just going to take the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in white, just on a little spoolie, just like to make sure it's all even all over the spoolie so that you don't get any little splodgy bits. I'm just going to brush that through my eyebrows just to kind of knock back a little bit of that brassiness that you get from the bleach color. Just be very careful not to touch the skin with a spoolie because then you'll definitely end up with a big blob on the skin. Now that that's done, I'm going to re-dip and get quite a bit onto my mascara wand. So now I'm just going to take the mascara wand and stipple some little dots just right here. Also on the inner corner, I'm going to keep it closer to the bridge and kind of going up into the eyebrow. When you re-dip, just make sure you tap that product off on your hand as well. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the IT Cosmetics Superhero Lash. I think my main thing with looks like this is that I panic because there is that creative process that you go through, you know, where things just don't quite look finished during the middle and you get to that point where you're like, is this gonna look awesome or is this gonna look shit? With a look like this, you just have to keep going. I'm gonna take these amazing lashes from Urban Decay. These are the HBIC babies. So I'm just gonna kind of do the lashes a little bit random. I'm gonna stick the longest one in the center. Key to putting lashes on, make sure your tweezers are not sticky. I'm just gonna pop these just kind of sporadically onto the eyes. And then I'm gonna grab one of the medium-sized guys and pop that right underneath the pupil. For the cheeks, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of Illamasqua Hollow. I'm gonna take that and blend that upwards with my Kat Von D foundation brush. Just using the tip to kind of just blend that contour in. I'm also gonna take the white concealer and just highlight the tops of the cheekbones, buffing that in with my concealer brush. So for the cheeks, I'm gonna take a little bit of primer and then a little bit of the Kat Von D Thunderstruck. This one that I have is broken, so I'm just gonna be very careful. I'm gonna mix that Thunderstruck in with the primer, as little or as much as you want, depending on how glowy you want the look to be, so as much as possible. And then I'm just gonna pat that in with this little Sauce Box Baby Beauty Blender. Up the face just a little bit. So putting that white underneath it just makes it pop a little more. You certainly don't need to if you want more of a natural look. Pop a little bit on the Cupid's bow. For the lips, I'm going to use Ofra the Bronx Liquid Lipstick. For the Cupid's bow, I'm just going to take my Smith 304 brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of the OCC Tarte Lip Tar and pop that in the center of the mouth. With black, if you're doing glossy, it's best to keep it in the center because then that way you'll get less bleeding. Always. I hope you like this inspired by kind of look. Let me know if there's anyone else maybe that you love to follow that you're also inspired by, that you would like to see me recreate one of their styled looks, because it's always fun to switch it up a little bit. This is the third look that I've done with the Metal Matte palette, so I just wanted to do something a little bit different from what I normally do. So it's always fun to recreate a friend's style or another makeup artist that you look up to. I'm gonna say this is probably gonna have to be my last tutorial with this palette because I can't believe it hasn't sold out already, but it is still available at the time of making this video, so make sure you get your hands on it. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I am trying to upload a few more videos, one a week. Just there's so many makeup looks that you guys asked me to recreate and there's just not enough time, so I am going to try to upload a little bit more. I'll still always be doing my weekly Tuesday video, but I'll try and squeeze another one here and there every week or two. Anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week or very soon for my next video. Bye.